which prices are rising. Almost every manufacturing company that we've been speaking to over the last 2 weeks has been complaining about how higher steel prices are pinching. Let's take this forward. Amit Dixit of Edelweiss is with us now for further analysis. And Amit, I'm just going back to a conversation we were having with you, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks back, and you were telling us about how, EBITDA per ton is likely to really dramatically improve for a player like Tata Steel. Now, my question to you is more market-oriented today. The stocks have already rallied a lot. So from an investor standpoint, how much more headroom do you see? Are stocks fully pricing in the kind of, margin expansion that you speak of? Or can one still look at, let's say, a SAIL or a Tata Steel?
Well, I would say that at this point in time, there is a lot of skepticism in the market regarding the sustainability of these price hikes. And therefore, nobody is actually factoring it in as a sustainable EBITDA per ton. These are the things that, are far and few in between. So to that extent, I believe that definitely there is a little bit of a skepticism creeping in, particularly with the fact that these are, mind you, unprecedented territory. The steel prices or even the adjusted spreads were never at these levels. And as far as I see it, at least in the next quarter, that is Q4 FY21, I see that things should be good, particularly because of the steel shortage that is there not just in India but globally. So that is one point. The second point is, of course, on iron ore. I mean, I heard Nigel speaking a short while back about domestic iron ore. If you look at global iron ore, typically in Q1 you have got seasonal disruptions, and it happens every year. It's not peculiar to 21. It happens every year that there are seasonal disruptions in Australia and in Brazil. So these seasonal disruptions would definitely have their way on the supply side. So you might see iron ore prices also sustaining. And as a result, I see that these margins would definitely sustain well into Q4. But going into Q1 of FY22, well, I mean, it's anybody's guess. Definitely, things don't last that long. Spring typically doesn't last that long. So things should cool off a bit, and that is the risk that you carry at this point in time. So you have to be a little bit discerning, but at the same time, I would still stick my neck out and say that stocks such as Tata Steel and SAIL have still some headroom to go. But there are stocks that are fully valued at this stage, and these could be avoided.
I was going to come to that, because if you look at the chart of Tata Steel, in the last 3 months, the stock has doubled from 300 now from 350 now to about 620. You're saying that there is more headroom to go, but do you think the best of the news is already in the price largely? And what would your own target price be for Tata Steel as well as your other top picks in the space?
Well, I would say that most of the news is already baked, if you really say. But, again, if you see, again, the sustainability of margins is important. So if we are having this conversation, let us say 2 months down the line and things became a little bit more clear, so possibly stocks can have further run up. But as I see from now, I mean, things, the visibility of these price hikes sustaining is quite low. And typically you have to give it to multiples. So if you are raising your estimates to something that is unprecedented, your multiples also typically drop. That is what happens in a typical commodity. In case of Tata Steel, though, the upside could come from the proposed divestment of SSAB, of this Netherlands plant to SSAB. And given the operating environment we are in Europe particularly, you might expect to see that the proceeds from divestment might be higher than what market is expecting at this point in time. Remember, this is all, the valuations and all are dependent on the market conditions at that point in time. So to that extent, those proceeds, actually that upside can still be there in case of Tata Steel, and that's why I put Tata Steel as a name. As far as SAIL is concerned, well, the stock has not really participated in the rally as much as its peers. In fact, in last month only we saw the stock participating. So I see a little bit of headroom there as well.
Okay, all right, Amit, thanks very much for the perspective there on the stocks and on how the situation is playing out with respect to inputs and, of course, the shortage of steel itself. Before we take the next break, actually, Prakash, I have to ask you this as well. Pretty much the same question. Is there more left on the table? Would you be comfortable buying